Put you, that was, and they're trying to make it seem like this is some kind of setup for some kind of twist. No, the mother accidentally left his cell phone on.
You know what? That's why I didn't think about it, because I thought, oh, okay, this is something he's doing on purpose, part of his diabolical plan. But you're right. By the time you get to the end of it, it's like, no, he just up.
He just, yeah, dude. That's, how stupid are you, man? There are no movies about good invisible people. Have you noticed?
Wait, what about the Chevy Chase one?
He's an asshole.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, just I'm talking about Chevy Chase, not the character. You know, and I understand, because people know. They said ain't nothing believable in that. A good invisible person. They said they know that anybody who has that power is going to be a straight up asshole with it. Ain't nobody gonna be good with that. Well, I'd take that power and fight for the little people and justice and all the. Shut the fuck up. No, you would not.
Well, I mean, maybe after you got bored of looking at women undress.
No, you would not. No, you just get worse. Shit, even aliens come all the way from outer space. They got the power to be invisible. You seen all aliens like the Predator come all the way from outer space, got these technologies just so they can come over here and just with us.
Yeah, with all that technology, all the things he could have done to help out mankind.
Man, instead, helped out this mother lose an arm. Damn, he look like a chocolate rabbit right now. Nobody goes uncorrupted from this power right here. And that is why, you know, I'm looking at the movie that we have right now, which is The Invisible Man, which is somewhat of a, I guess, a reimagining of the original 1933 film. This time it's a little pared down. Centers on a woman played by Elizabeth Moss, who is trying to get away from her abusive husband, who was apparently a very possessive guy. So possessive, he's like, you know what? I was waiting on your ass to do this shit. I was waiting on you to run. That's why I've invented this technology so I can stalk your ass whenever you try to get away. I was just waiting for your ass to run.
It's a good thing you ran, or otherwise I did all this for nothing.
I wanted you to do this shit. And her leaving him.
All the things you could have done with this.
Yeah, I know. Using this shit. She should be flattered, almost. He tracks her down. This time he has the ability to do it better than any other stalker out there, because no one can see him. And he uses this to make this woman's life even more of a living hell. Let's go ahead and take a look at this reimagining of The Invisible Man, and we'll be back with our review.
Where you?
She's over here!
I mean, I love dogs, but they are snitches.
Yeah. This bitch is fuck.
Come here, come here, come on.
It's too late. He's coming.
Now that's just childish.
I mean, it ain't right, but, you know, I got to give it to him, man. He takes his sweet time with her.
Yeah, he's like one of those ghosts of Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to enjoy this shit. I spent all this money on this shit right here. I'm going to make it worth it. Oh, this going to be fun. God damn it! Turn that mother into a golf ball. Look at
Surprise.
Surprise.
There are a lot of interesting things in this movie to appreciate if you can look past some glaring questions that the movie presents to you.
Okay, so you got that as well.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
there's some glaring questions that this movie has. The biggest one I present to the Invisible Man himself. What the f are you doing? What you mean to no, bro? I know you crazy, but goddamn, no.
Okay.
Listen, you're a rich guy who has invented this power of invisibility that, first of all, I don't know how, but no one knows about. And you don't, you have this power to actually, again, steal riches, get secrets from some of the most powerful people in the world. You have the power to assassinate people. You have the power to actually, let's go old school. Let's just rob a bank. You have all this power.
You have a technology you could sell to the military for untold riches.
Yeah.
That something that could change mankind.
You have the power to, even if you want to be selfish, you could be.
Yep.
You could actually change governments.
Yep.
Single-handedly.
Yeah.
Single-handedly, you have the power to do all this glorious, villainous, super villainous stuff right here. And what do? Well, all that sounds cool, but I'm just gonna stalk a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Stalk?
Something, being a rich man, you could do without the suit.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I just gave you all this shit. That's right. I'm just gonna with my ex-wife. Hey man, I'm a man that got everything. I don't need all that shit.
Yeah. You're right. Nobody walks out on me.
Yeah. That goes beyond being a sociopath. That goes beyond being a psychopath. You are a petty motherfucker for doing that.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean,
it's kind of stupid.
It even like and again, he's one of these guys that ain't got nobody working in his lab, but somebody funded this shit. Even that person be like, he better quit around and get back to work on what I hired you to make this shit for.
Where's that prototype we paid you for?
Yeah. Yeah, you better. Hey, look, I got government contractors coming in right now. Quit around.
Yeah.
Chasing this woman. Are you out your mind? Somebody out there somewhere putting money there has to come to him and say, are you out your mind? You better sit your ass down and get back to work and quit with this chick. I don't even give a shit about her, but you my money right now. You get, what I'm saying?
Oh, I totally get what you're saying. I can't tell you how much it makes my heart sore to hear you say these things. Because I talked with a bunch of people when we got out of this who didn't seem to see any of this. And I was like, oh my God, I'm about to crack my teeth because I'm gritting them so hard.
God damn, even if you are this obsessed over this chick, the moment you get this invisibility, you'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do a lot of things.
Look what I can do.
If nothing else, that's just I'll come back to this.
Right?
Bitch, I'm gonna get you, but fuck, I'm gonna play around first. I understand you're insanely possessive, but goddamn, ain't nobody. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it.
No.
Once you got godlike powers, that's what you gonna do? Oh, I'm just gonna chase a bitch. No, I'm sorry. You know what? That's the thing about. See, maybe if I didn't appreciate the OG Invisible Man, because that motherfucker knew how to live it up.
Sure.
He took those powers, man, and he knew how to party. He knew he knew how to get the town going.
I'm afraid I need this bicycle.
He stole me bike!
He stole me bike! The invisible Debo of the village. He stole me bike! Catch that motherfucker! We can't see him.
How's that for the hairbrush, George Henry?
Oh, baby. Oh, my God. He don't care.
He does not care.
Shit, I'm living it up. Now, that's a man who knows what to do with his powers.
Good morning, grandfather. How do you do?
He's having some fun with it.
That's what I'm saying. He's having a good time. Now, that's a man who knows his priorities with invisibility powers. That dude knew how to party. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, in this movie, we got this dumb motherfucker. What does he do? He gets invisibility powers and just goes and stands in the corner for hours just looking at his wife.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was really feeling that whole in the first half, like, what are we doing here? Because you got this power, we know what you want to do. Are you gonna do it? I mean, how many hours are you just sitting in a room? Yeah, just doing nothing.
Sitting. I mean, I don't even know if he's just standing.
Yeah, or just staring. I was like, all right,
because she's in the house with other people. And so you know you would see indentures and shit if he was. So he's got to kind of stand up in one spot and just look. You know, I was saying, you know, it's been funny. This motherfucker had to pee really bad. You just hear the Invisible Man. Oh, shit. I'm gonna get you, bitch. As soon as I'm done.
Especially when he's like, okay, I gotta go outside to pee, but they've already locked the doors.
Yeah.
And I don't want to tip off that I'm in here. So what do I do at this point?
I will say this. If you can accept that he's crazy, if you can accept that he's that crazy, there are some good things in the movie that I admire. You know, like I said, you know, the other Invisible Man, they're not trying to repeat that. The Claude Rains Invisible Man, he was definitely more playful in nature than what we have right here. Look at my invisible dick. He was definitely a prankster, you know, that eventually went to just chaos and murder.
Well, yeah, because his, you know, that Invisible Man, it's so much about the slide into corruption.
Yeah.
It's starting like, okay, it's just little pranks. And then, yeah, what you talked about earlier, having that power is too tempting to not, to stay good. It corrupts.
It had a great theme where this is a man of science who actually had great intentions for this, and it just shows you that having godlike powers corrupts you to the point where he just turned into the invisible Joker.
Don't you see what it means? Power. Holy of holies.
You know, he just turned to the Joker. The Joker you can't see. You can hear that laugh though when he's killing your ass, push you down a cliff. Woo! It just taking glee in it. Like in the Joker be like, God damn, man.
Well, it ain't enough. You just driving off a cliff. You got somebody laughing in your ear.
Who's laughing? That would make me mad. You know what? I had to stop screaming.
Funny, huh?
I had to stop. Even though I'm about to die, man, fuck you, man.
Into the holy of holies.
Man, fuck you. You know? Well, this Invisible Man that we have here, in contrast to what we see with the Claude Rains Invisible Man from 1933, going back to the original Universal Monsters universe, this Invisible Man is way more cold, way more methodical, way more calculating. And I think that making him a spousal abuser makes him all that more frightening for some people out there. Because while not everybody, I think, is going to be afraid, this does resonate very, very close to reality, because the monster that we see in this movie is very close to real monsters that we have in life, with situations, you know, very disturbing events that have recently happened. You're right. Very early on, they make you know that this dude is a bad person. And they want you to know that he's a bad person, not from being a murderous, invisible man, but from the bat, he's a bad person just because he doesn't know how to treat other human beings, especially women.
I'll explain later. Just go, Emily. Go.
Jesus.
How many times did she have to tell her go before she would finally step on the gas?
I think she was kind of like taken aback, like, damn, he really wants your ass. You know, get the out the car. You're going to be chasing us like a Terminator.
Yeah, right.
I think she was thinking about it, like, you know what, nah, I don't need to get mixed up with you. Get out of my car.
Get out of my car.
Yeah. Oliver Jackson, I think is his name. And in the movie, just know that this is, you know, it's not meant to be a joke. I mean, he's an Invisible Man. You hardly ever see this character in there.
Right.
Which I thought is kind of cool. They kind of keep him, they're not trying to turn him into like a slasher. You know, I'm not trying to keep him mysterious on that level, not like Michael Myers. But it is effective that you don't know too much about the guy. He's hardly in the film. You don't see very much of him at all.
It works for a plot point.
Yeah, it does. You know, this movie's trying to take on more the vein of the Kevin Bacon movie. Hollow Man.
Well,
you think you're alone. You have no idea what it's like. The power of it, the freedom.
So it was another thing where they played closer to the 1933 Invisible Man.
Yeah, because with Hollow Man, it was where he was a good guy at first. You got a chance to know him and the people around him and like him. And then, the power corrupts him and he gets crazy. And it's a bit of like, oh, man, it's too bad.
An okay updated version.
Yeah.
A modern version of the 1933 film. What were you going to say?
Just that, I mean, if this movie resembles Hollow Man, it's just in that stalker, element of it. But but otherwise, thematically, they were very different.
A lot of people are going to be talking about how it feels like, again, somebody's going to do it. I know it. I'm going to be talking about how this is forcing a Me Too moment in the movie.
That didn't bother me. I was like, hey, you're going to remake something. You need to put a different spin on it. Having
this center on the victim actually does take this movie to another level where it's on its own thing, or it's being its own thing. It's a different way of telling the story by having you center on the victim, a woman who's being stalked. And as I said, this could be frightening for some women out there, anybody really. I'm just gonna say women, but I'm sure some dudes been stalked by crazy ass girls or boyfriends or whatever.
I could name some.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, women, shit. It's scary enough being stalked by motherfuckers they can't see.
Right.
But seeing with somebody that they can't see, this invisible son of a bitch over here, it's that can be frightening for some people, man. By making this Elizabeth Moss's story, it is. You're right. It's not so much scary as it's just sad. He's wearing her down, man. It's sad seeing her being broken down, which that's his plans. His plans to make not only her look crazy, but to make her feel crazy, and also make people feel that she's crazy too. And it's hard seeing people that care about her start to actually say, "All right, she need to get the out of my house." She don't need to be here.
Adrian will haunt you if you let him.
Damn, that brother is flexing.
That dude is. That's what I was distracted. I was like, this dude is too muscular.
Yeah, he's
does not look like a normal human being.
He's pumping that shit up.
Exactly.
You're like, shit, I ain't invisible. You gonna see these goddamn biceps ready. Look, nigga, don't nobody have a conversation. He look like he about to beat her ass.
Exactly.
You gonna tell me what I want to know? Look, you wake me up one more goddamn time.
You know I get up at 4 in the morning.
Now one more goddamn time, I'm gonna make sure you sleep. Relax.
You know you're playing a normal human being.
That's Aldous Hodge, brother.
Yeah, he used to be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Did he?
Yeah.
Brother, calm down. You're not making her feel good right now.
Why you scared?
What? Yeah, that's Aldous Hodge. And who's the daughter? The daughter?
Storm Reed.
Storm Reed. They actually, I tell you what, I really do like them together, man. They had some funny moments, just like you saw them right there. And they start out almost like a new family. He's on her side. She's doing stuff for them. They're celebrating her having a new life. It is really heartbreaking to see him want to beat her ass after she woke him up.
Sid, what are you doing here? Swear to God, I'm about to come back in here one more time.
I'm going to whoop both y'all. Looking at her go through this and suffer, this is what really, I believe you're right, Martin. I think it's something like that makes us go a step above being a horror movie.
Yeah.
This is more of a character-driven story right here.
I mean, I would say that, but I do feel like for the most part, it's kind of lacking in character. Like a lot of this I was watching, I was like, man, have people just forgot how to write movies? Because you get some bantery parts, like with them together, and that could be the actors bringing that because they kind of know what their characters are. But then you don't get the important conversations are too quick and they aren't saying the things that should be said.
Harriet Dyer, that's the woman that you saw saying, "Get the f out of my car." And that's her sister.
Yeah.
This is a woman that's been traumatized, both of them, but Elizabeth Moss's character has been traumatized. She's going through a lot. If somebody came up and said, "Listen, somebody is messing with me," I would not write this. I'm at your door. Can we talk about it? I wouldn't shut the door on somebody I care about or a relative and be like, "Well, you.
Yeah,
You know,
that's not what you wrote in your email.
Nah, I thought the same thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's another one of those moments in the movie where people need to talk.
Yeah.
The reason why you're not talking is because you just want to make the movie progress.
Exactly. I would say to somebody writing this, like, it's important you have this because it grounds it. It makes everybody feel real, and it gives more stakes. It means more as an audience member. It means somebody watching it. It means more to see people act like actual humans.
Yeah.
Because when they brush over stuff like that, then my brain goes, oh yeah, this is just a movie.
I can see you trying to explain an email to somebody, but how you gonna explain knocking the shit out of somebody?
You know what I think we need?
God damn! I mean, what I said. That is childish, man.
It's childish.
That is some childish shit right here.
Sydney.
Oh, shit! I thought this shit was about to turn to a World Star video right here. Did you hit me? Start taking off our earrings and shoes and shit. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. You know that is one now that's a harder one to explain.
It's a harder one to explain, but it is some behavior that's so out of left field that I'm like, okay, we all got to sit down and get this worked out.
Okay. See, now the email I'm 100% with you on, but
you were quick to throw somebody out of your house.
Listen, you and I know there's an invisible man in the room. They don't know that shit. If I turn my head around and you knock me the out, and I'm like, you the only person in the room, I'll be like, it was you.
I swear it wasn't me, man.
That's me.
You know I wouldn't do that.
That's like when you next to somebody, you smell that fart, like, hey, man, that wasn't me. It's like, who the else was around here, man? Come on. You know, it's like, I got to be with him on that. It's like, who the hell else can it be? I don't know. I ain't the audience. I don't know if it's an invisible motherfucker.
That one's a bit harder.
Yeah, that was a bit harder. I can't blame when they came in and started looking at her crazy.
Would you just stop? No.
See, enough. Just stop it. Are you okay?
I don't want to stay here,
right?
Sydney. I'm sorry. I would never.
Hey.
Boy, you see them
He
eyes?
had those eyes. No, he had the perfat reactions in that scene. You did what?
He about to beat her with his eyeballs. You like, God damn it. You didn't see these eyes when I was flexing? Look at these arms. Now I got to flex these eyes right here. Now get the back. That mother like a fish. Look at it. That made me feel so bad for her because one, it's an uncomfortable scene, and I was so nervous about this movie going to that area that there would be scenes it wasn't the horror elements in the movie that I was scared of. I was waiting for those moments. The things that I was fearing were the moments that the people who loved her and trusted her started to turn against her.
Sure.
Just these uncomfortable situations where the dynamic just changes quickly. And that made me nervous, man, looking at that. And I felt really, really bad for her. I will say that this movie did mix up many genres I didn't think could actually work together.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so there's sci-fi, there's horror, there's also action, there's also mystery. But one of the things that I kind of admired the movie for as it was going along near the end is that as she has to fend for herself a bit more and try to figure things out, it also has a bit of film noir in it. I like that she has to try to figure this out on her own and try to, with nobody else on her side, she has to take matters into her own hand. Now, that also leads to some very stupid moments. It's like,
okay, bring it on home.
Passwords, y'all. God damn. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I hate that shit in movies. You're supposed to be one of the smartest dudes in the world, and you have the easiest password to get into. You leave your shit open for her to find.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you leave your lab open.
You've concocted this master plan, but you didn't change the passwords on your computer.
You didn't change your passwords. You left shit for her to steal and take. I mean, it was. You just left. It was. You left you left the door open and changed no locks.
I didn't change locks.
It's like, brother, from all the stupid shit we've been talking about, from how you use your powers to just these dumbass codes and passwords, you deserve every goddamn thing you get. I did not feel no fear. I was like, get this mother just for being dumb.
Like you said with Hollow Man before, I think everybody likes the movie till it gets to the third act, where it's just kind of out there. And this is another one of those movies where the third act, it's all about the action and the resolution, and logic is just left behind. The bus leaves without it.
Yeah.
It's still sitting there waiting for the next one.
And I like how the invisible powers here have a very scientific explanation that is a little more realistic than the others that we've seen. Now listen, I said the poquito.
Yeah, poquito.
Because
they don't go into it. Like they start to explain it a little bit, and it's almost as if they went, you know what? If we really explain this, everybody's gonna see how dumb it is. So let's just back off and not explain no more.
It's more than just, look, I drink a potion or I inject something. It really is on almost a Marvel level.
Yep.
You know,
it's Tony Stark level.
It's Tony Stark level shit. But I'll go with the method of invisibility, but the logic behind it is like, all right, okay. And they do this in a lot of Invisible Man movies, so I ain't even blaming him.
Right.
Listen, just because you are invisible don't mean that you are clear and things can go through you. You know what I'm saying? Like sunlight don't pass through you. Our lights don't pass through you. This fool goes in some places. They may not be the most brightly lit, but there are lights, and you would cast a shadow. Somebody would be like, you see this shit? You know, you don't go into a crowded room and just be, excuse me, pardon me.
Right.
Right.
You're right. It works on you. It doesn't work on your environment.
It doesn't work on the environment. Lights would cast a shadow. The moment you walking over somebody, your shadow would loom over someone. You would be bumping into people. There are moments here where your invisibility powers are not that convenient.
Right. I enjoy this on some level, but there are several things that kept me from going, this is great. Because I just kept tripping over them. And some of it was logic or plot holes, and some of it was just a lack of things that should have been there that weren't.
Yeah. I mean, there's just, again, some logistics there.
That
don't
also
make any sense.
There's also a big thing in that there's a twist, and I figured it out so early on.
Okay.
And I'm not one who figures these things out. I'm not looking for them. It just came to me, and I was like, I
sat
sure
there
I'm
the
right.
whole time, and I said, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what, I mean, it wasn't, but it's not that hard to figure out.
Yeah.
I'm sitting around people, I was like, oh, Jesus, y'all didn't see this shit coming.
Well, it's even like in the third.
Now, are we talking about the same time where it's not at the very end, but it's leading up to that? It's in a certain location, and everybody thought it was one thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's the big one.
Yeah.
But I could say even in the first act when he's going around doing stuff, and it's that that paranormal activity part where just little things are happening, and the movie's playing it like, ooh, did you see that?
Yeah.
What could it be? Oh, I wonder what's happening. And I'm going, it's in the title.
Yeah.
Invisible Man. We know it's an invisible man. Stop bullshitting around. Stop trying to make it seem like you're tricking us into something. We already know.
That didn't bother me as much, but I tell you, and this might be a nitpick, but there was something else that did bother me. I'll let you know what this is, and you tell me if it bothered you.
Okay.
If you are the Invisible Man, I assume that you were trying to remain invisible. So why you walking around with your cell phone? Much less, you know what I'm saying? Much less, and if you're gonna carry your cell phone, if you're the Invisible Man, put that shit on silent. Don't keep that shit vibrating.
I didn't.
Shit.
Oh no, did I?
Yeah.
I'm one of those people.
Am I crazy here?
No, you're not crazy.
That was not, and they're trying to make it seem like this is some kind of setup for some kind of twist. No, the mother accidentally left his cell phone on.
You know what? That's why I didn't think about it, because I thought, oh, okay, this is something he's doing on purpose, part of his diabolical plan. But you're right. By the time you get to the end of it, it's like, no, he just up.
He just, yeah, dude. That's, how stupid are you, man? Brother, please. Do I have to sit you down and explain invisibility 101 to you, man? To where you leave your phone on vibrate? I'm not trying to nitpick, but that doesn't make any sense.
No. It doesn't.
And what they're doing is they're not thinking about it logistically. They're just saying, we just want to have some way to scare people into thinking, oh, he's in the house.
It doesn't have that balance of. It doesn't have the balance of like everything that he does. You know, leading up to this and all the stuff he does. There's nothing that's been done ahead of time that she's done to warrant all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, man, you really went overboard.
I would buy more if it was just some average dude, a bum who just found an invisible suit or got invisible powers.
Or if he was a smart guy, but he wasn't rich. He invented it in his garage, but he was just an average dude who was just obsessed with this woman.
He was just an average dude who was already obsessed. He was already an asshole spousal abuser, and somehow he got magic powers to be invisible, or he got struck by lightning or something. Somehow he got the powers that he didn't get them.
Yeah.
He don't know how this shit works. All he knows is like, I'm invisible. I don't know how long I'm gonna have this power, so I'm getting that bitch now while it lasts.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Yeah, like maybe he stole it from the lab that he's a janitor in.
He's a janitor. I don't buy this dude with millions of dollars who is this smart, just stopping everything, all his work, all his aspirations for this shit. I don't care how much he's into. And they try to give you an explanation further than it's just her. They do have something they throw in there, but even then, I'm not buying it.
No,
I'm not. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I'm on the movie side.
I like the actors.
Yeah,
I like the spin they've thrown on it.
I like the director.
Yeah.
Lee Wynell. Lee Wynell, for everything I've been talking about with this movie having all these mix of genres, he's the guy that did Upgrade, where he kind of did a similar thing. Sort of a film noir, sci-fi action flick right here. But I think that's the tighter film.
Yeah. Oh, much tighter.
Definitely
tighter.
Makes more sense.
Yeah. And it's more sci-fi.
There's this director. He's very good with direction, I think, man. I mean, as far as especially creating mood. You know, I think he's working with a script and he's bringing his sensibilities to the script to the best that he can. The movie has a lot of great cinematography going on. When I mention cinematography, it's just, you know, it's not, you know, I try to avoid saying, oh, it looks pretty. You know, other than that, I mean, it really does create a mood here. I'm not trying to be too artsy, but there's a lot of gray in this movie, a lot of colorless scenes, not right here, but, you know, there are moments where the more she starts to feel isolated, the more just things get colder. They play with a lot of shadows. Now, it doesn't matter because it's an invisible man, but they creatively play with shadows here because when we see shadows everywhere, we start thinking of somebody hiding. Yeah. And it makes us actually more anxious wondering where this dude is, even if we can't see him. I actually respect the creativity that went behind the filming of this. It's actually pretty cool.
Okay, I was going to ask you how you felt about the very end.
I like it, but for reasons I can't say, it didn't make sense. And I know some people who won't like my reason for saying it, but I really do like all of the stuff that they did with the mixed of genres that they did here, like I was mentioning before. And they do manage to create some great suspense and horror moments in here, too. It's a movie that's juggling a lot, man. And they were able to kind of make it work. The biggest thing that I think that they were able to do here is create a movie that is actually a decent film that works on the levels they wanted to, that finally got away from that dark universe bullshit that they were trying to do. This is a step in the right direction. Yeah, man, I'm really stuck in a hard place here because I'm stuck in a point where we talked about all the shit that doesn't work, but I think the stuff that works well. I think it's a very well-directed film. I like the gradual. I know you don't like it. I understand this. Some people say it's boring. I completely get it because it is a 2 hour and 5 minute movie, but I like how it took its time. I like after seeing them try to make an action movie out of The Mummy. I like that they are taking it slow with this. But it does have some problems. So I guess if I was to take my feelings and the good things and the bad things I liked about it and take all the people who are extremely positive with this, it's an extremely low matinee.
I'm pretty much there with you. It's a crowd pleasing movie. And I disagree when you say it has horror elements because I don't really see that. I just see thriller all over. Matter of fact, it's so much like the Julia Roberts movie, Sleeping with the Enemy. Just a lot of it pulls. It's almost like they said, what if we took that and put the Invisible Man in it instead? Watch this movie, I thought, none of this is terrible. And yet at the same time, not much of it is fresh or introducing something new. It was just kind of pedestrian as it went along with major plot holes. But as I said, the things that work do work. And I know that despite my negative feelings, there are plenty of people who are going to look past that. And man, if stuff like The Nun does it for you, here you got something that actually is working to get your excitement. It's you're getting your payoffs. It's earning it. It's not enough to say rental. It's a low matinee.
Somebody said, "Man, you were so angered." I'm not angered. I'm frustrated. There's a lot of shit that don't make any sense, and I really want. And I would. You better be glad I can't see your ass, because normally I wouldn't let anything. I wouldn't let the other movie get by with some of this shit. Yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool. It's fine. I will say this. I had fun watching. But over here on DTmerch.com, we got the size that fits all, man. We got all that toasted goodness for different body shapes over there. We don't discriminate against anyone for that classic black tee with the white logo. We know it's in demand. We know who are we to deny people that toasted goodness like that? Many sizes. If you got a big ass body, that means you got big ass feet. We can fit those too with those slides that we have right there. You got a big ass head too. Hey, we can fit that too.